was a quiet night in the sleepy village. Geppetto, the village clockmaker, was still awake. The clock had just hit midnight, and Geppetto heard a knock on the door and a shadow run past his window. He got up from his desk of broken clocks and opened the door, only to see a large music box on the ground. He picks up the music box and goes back inside. Geppetto notices that there's a winder on the side of the box and plays it. Out of the box jumps a ball of wool, scaring him. Out of fear, Geppetto drops the music box onto the floor, causing Pinocchio to fall out. Geppetto picks up Pinocchio and puts him on top of the table. And he turns in for the night.
Cleo, keep an eye on Pinocchio, please.
Geppetto dreams. He is walking around his house and sees the back of Pinocchio standing in front of the door with a knife.
Pinocchio?
Pinocchio turns around with a creepy face and laughs and tries to stab Geppetto. Geppetto suddenly wakes up from his nightmare, breathing heavily. He looks out the window and sees that it's the morning. He notices Figaro running away from under his bed. Concerned, he checks underneath his bed and finds nothing. 2 hours later, Geppetto was working at his workplace trying to finish his orders. Meanwhile, Pinocchio is trying to push the fishbowl on top of Figaro, and succeeds. Geppetto turns, alarmed by the sound, and sees Cleo on the floor, surrounded by broken glass, and Figaro standing next to Cleo. He immediately checks if Figaro is alright, and notices Cleo is dead. He thinks Figaro killed Cleo. Now upset, Geppetto picks up Figaro and walks towards the door, and he throws Figaro outside. That night he goes to bed crying himself to sleep. The Blue Devil visits Figaro outside Geppetto's house and asks if Figaro would like some help to defeat Pinocchio.
Yes, but how will I defeat him? You will have to train for 1 week and find the cricket. Who is the cricket? The cricket is Pinocchio's consciousness but left after Geppetto found him in the music box. He's the only one that can help you.
The coming week, Figaro trained with the Blue Devil. Meanwhile, Pinocchio has been harassing Geppetto. The Blue Devil informs Figaro that the cricket is at a bar just outside the village. Figaro knocks on the door.
Can I help you? Only if you solved this riddle. Only one color, but not one size. Stuck at the bottom, yet easily flies. Present in the sun, but not in rain. Doing no harm and feeling no pain. What is it?
Figaro couldn't help but scratch his head, searching for an answer.
How many guesses do
You
I
have
have?
2 guesses.
Figaro thought and finally answered.
The sun, because it's one
Wrong.
color.
Try again. Last chance.
Figaro thought again, and then he finally had the answer.
I know it. I'm sure the answer is a shadow.
Correct.
And the door swung open. Figaro walked inside and scanned his surroundings looking for the cricket and finally spots him in the corner of the bar talking to a fox, drinking some beer. He walks up to the cricket and asks him if he could help with Pinocchio. The cricket refuses to help and tells him to go away. Figaro tries again.
Pinocchio already killed Cleo the fish and has been harassing Geppetto.
Crossing his arms, Figaro stares at the cricket painfully. The cricket, shocked by what Figaro has said, stares at the beer in front of him in deep thought. He finally looks up and stares at Figaro and says, "I'm in."